What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are out on another auction adventure, heading to our normal spot of the Expo Center in Hastings, Michigan. Obviously these are going to go on right now until the weather breaks in Michigan here, which it should be in the next couple weeks here, so we should be actually getting out back on the on-site picks. But this one's back in the Expo Center, which is okay. Crowd looks pretty low today, but that just jinxed myself, and pretty much going to make it so the prices go high, I'm sure. But yeah, there's not a big crowd here today. A lot of antique advertising is again what I'm hearing today. So you're gonna see signs and clocks, I'm sure, crates. I don't know, I really don't get the pictures for this. I just seen the antique advertising with the big picture and I'm like, we gotta go to this. We've done pretty good lately. Like I said, the luck's been continuing. Let's see if it can keep going, because we've been doing really well at auctions, as well as estate sales. We've actually had really good runs of stuff. So let's hope today's another day. I don't really have much going on today, so I'm pretty sure I can be here most of the day. I do have to go back to the store at some point today to help Amber out and let her go off and do some things. We have some big things going on with us personally this weekend. So yeah, it's got a lot of fun stuff going on, but we still got to get to auctions, still got to get to sales. Garage sale season's coming up, and you know that's a big thing, and we're actually gonna be able to record garage sales this year, which is going to be pretty interesting with the GoPro, so that's gonna be fun to do. But yeah, let's get inside, check this place out. I'm on my own today, so it's one of those kind of days where it's just, you know, it's cool when you have somebody with you so you can sit and chat to them. And I don't think there's a couple of guys I know are not going to be here at other auctions. So yeah, we're going to see how this goes. Hopefully we're here for a little bit and get some good stuff and kind of go from there. So let's get inside, show you guys everything, and we will be talking to you guys soon. All right, so let's get rolling on this auction here. This go-kart there, I believe, sold for a couple $1,000s. This was really cool. I thought that'd be something I could bring home and freak Amber out a little bit, but surely wasn't going to pay a couple $1,000s for it, but it was a really cool piece. Most of these were great signs, a lot of great stuff today. I was in on a ton of stuff. I mean, so you could expect a nice little haul at the end of this video. But yeah, most of these car sets were going anywhere from $15 to $20 a piece. Nothing too crazy. You know, a lot of stuff the crowd was super small. I mean, there was not a lot of people at this auction today, but I heard there was a lot bigger auction up north, and that took a lot of people away. So this was just ideal. You know, you don't get to see that very often at auctions. So this was actually very cool to actually be able to sit down, and we ended up getting a lot of stuff today, which is a rarity when you get this quality of stuff at an auction. So, but yeah, most of these cars didn't sell for much. A lot of these banners were anywhere from $10 to $20. Some of the older ones went for about $30 to $40, but most of these up here only went for $10 to $20. Nothing too crazy. Yeah, but nonetheless, there was still, you know, a lot of great stuff here, which is tough for the auctioneer purposes because you get a really good quality items without the same amount of buyers, and the prices go down. That Jaguar sign went for about $400. The Mac Tool sign went for $120. Like I said, there was some really cool pieces that brought back a lot of memories here for me today. That's a sign right there. If Dave ever watches this, there's a dangerous voltage sign there that he has in our store. That's a way better deal than any time this sells at auctions. The auctions always go for a couple $100 like they did in this one, but he has it sitting at the store for less than that. So it's always kind of a little chuckle I get every time he sees one of those sells, and we had one just sitting at the store. I just talked to the owner, and they got a huge deal on a bunch of these Amazon signs. You could get a lot of 10 of those signs for $10. So $1 a piece. I mean, but we just don't sell them very well. So that credit card sign, I've actually bought one of those from here before. As you can see, barely anybody there. But I actually bought one of those credit card signs before, and we had a heck of a time trying to sell it. So we ended up taking it to an online auction. So that one went for super cheap. I only went for a couple bucks. So let that one go. The ice cream signs, anytime you can buy ice cream advertising, it is always a good thing. So every time ice cream advertising comes up, I'm always in on it. I don't know what it is. I just know there's a great market for that. So sometimes you just don't ask questions, and you just, you know, make sure you know what you're doing and buying when you see it. The Exide batteries clock or clock sign there went for about $350 if I remember right. Yeah, like I said, there's a really cool the road sign there was really cool, but I think that went for over $100 something. Again, no room for me to make any money off of, which that again with signs, it really doesn't matter. The market for signs right now is just unbelievable, that you just can't touch anything. And if you do, and you're lucky enough to get a good price on it, you can definitely get a great price reselling it if that's what you're looking to do. Oil cans, Those didn't go very high either, but from what I was told, there's a lot of common oil cans, so nothing too rare. So most of the time you're looking at $10 to $15 oil cans, maybe a little more on a couple of the other ones. But if you get a couple of those rare ones, I'm telling you, the cardboard is usually not sought after very much. But if you can get a couple of those rare cans, I mean, you're looking in the hundreds of dollars on some of those pieces. Yeah, like I said, it was a good one. This auction was fun. When it comes to the automotive stuff, and it's not my forte. Even signs aren't. I mean, I know enough about signs, but it's not my wheelhouse. So I just, if I know what a good deal is, and that's sometimes what you have to go by. You know what a good deal is. And, if you can kind of judge that for yourself and know that, hey, you're not going to be out on it, just take the risk, because sometimes it can pay off, and we've had that happen a lot. Those cleavers right there are always very, very sought after. So if you can end up getting those at sales for good prices, that's something I would highly recommend. License plates, our store's full of them. So if I can't get them super cheap, I don't get them unless they're porcelain. That porcelain plate there went for about $95. But the rest of these plates are not that they're common, but they're just something we have a lot of. And we only have so many spaces on our walls for them, because really all we do is use them for decoration. And we do sell them if people ask. It's just, I don't usually seek them too much because I can get them for fairly cheap out in the wild. Yeah, but other than that, they did a lot of walking around at the end. So most of this stuff here went pretty cheap, anywhere from $10 to $20. The Coke fountain dispenser cover. The maps were really cool. I know we just had a YouTube short on maps and how crazy we were when we were traveling, with those big maps. Those used to be a really good seller. Seems anymore, $1 to $2 a piece, unless you get a couple of rare ones. But, other than that, they're not big sellers. This Bond bread box, I think, went for a couple $100. Again, I was in on it. That's a nice porcelain sign on the front. These were awesome. These metal airplanes were so cool. They I think obviously were handmade, but some were made in the early 1900s. I was in on a lot of these. I thought they were super sweet. That Ford gumball machine went for over 100. But the metal airplanes were surprisingly, we've been selling airplanes quite a bit at the store. So I was definitely in on those, because I knew, when you're selling something, that's the joy of having your own shop, because you're seeing what the market is firsthand every day. And, if people are like, oh, that doesn't sell. Well, it sells for us, and that makes a really big difference sometimes. Because if you're in the right market, it doesn't matter. If you have one person that lives in your town that buys a certain item that nobody else does in another town, it really makes it so you can buy a lot more things like that people think don't sell, and they actually do sell. So, I mean, you gotta know your market. And when you have your own store, you pretty much can make your own market right off the bat and know who's coming in and what they're looking for. But yeah, a lot of this stuff didn't come up until the end when we walked around. I stayed for the whole auction. The auction was only about 3 hours long, which is super short for one of his auctions. And I stayed for the whole auction. I didn't leave early, so I actually stayed for the whole thing. That should tell you how good we did at this auction. So prices were just amazing. The De La Velle and the Borden sign went for like $75 to $100. I think was one of them was 100. The other was about 75. It's Dairy's another one. Dairy is another, as I'm recording the floor here, I apologize, and I'll fill that in. But Dairy's another one, another great advertising pieces are Dairy. Obviously, ice cream related is the same way. You can make some really good money off of. These coolers didn't go for very much, but I think a lot of the times people don't want to haul those. They're really tough to move and sell. So, I get that. This is a big metal Wildflower Michigan sign. I was in on that, but I think I went for about 80. The Lions International, I've sold one of those for about 125, but the one I think seen sold for 95. That's a grip strength machine. I really wanted that, but that went for over $260. So I couldn't touch that, but I really wanted that for the store. I like stuff like that. The Red Crown gasoline sign went for, I thought it was like $1,700 if I remember it, or $1,100, one of the two. But a lot of these light up signs and everything. Hastings piston rings, I was in on that one, but that went for over $200. But these light up signs always sell every time, hands down, no worries. But there were still buyers there today for being a crowd or a low crowd. There were still people spending money. Don't get me wrong, but it's just when there's not as many people there, it really opens it up for you to be able to buy a lot more things, which was which was what happened today. So, you know, with still being a lot of cool stuff, it just was funny because last auction adventure we kind of had the same amount of, or the same kind of stuff, but to see the smaller crowd and how it changed the prices was very interesting to watch. Something I always like to keep an eye on, like these globes right here was a perfect example. These sold for about $75 to $100 at the last auction, but for this auction they were selling for about $100 to $140, and they're the same reproduction globes, other than I think that shell one is legit, but they're pretty much the same reproduction globes, but it's just funny how one auction to the next can change the price, you know, a good $50 to $60 sometimes. I mean, it's just was kind of interesting to see. But yeah, and this is the first table that comes up. Again, a lot of those toys were only going for $5 to $10. I mean, it was kind of weird. Prices were seriously really, really good for this auction. For the amount of advertising and quality that was there, it was very surprising. Like I said, but I just always like to take notes and write stuff down because, I mean, it's just good to know, you know, what stuff's going for and what kind of prices you can get for some of these things if you ever do run across them in the wild. That's why auctions are a great barometer for that. But yeah, there's an agriculture sign there. The As Grows, a nice agriculture sign. Those always sell really well. Any kind of farming is, you know, that stuff is just crazy. The Marilyn Monroe neon, there actually is neon around the outskirts of her dress. I really like that one, but then after talking to one of the auctioneers, he's like, yeah, we couldn't get the neon to work, and to have any kind of replacement neon is, have fun with that. So I ended up passing on that. I ended up getting it for about $5, but didn't want to go deep into that. These are all the higher end signs that came up. A lot of the road signs went for $10 to $20. I mean, those just don't sell as much. The Fuel Man, I've got one of those before. We couldn't sell it for $75. It sold for like $95 here. So definitely wasn't going to touch that. But yeah, a lot of these signs were, you know, they were cool, but just nothing, you know, I try to look at what people would be looking for, what they would like to hang in their house. And none of these really, you know, really got me as one of those signs that were like, oh man, people are really going to like these. That reserved for the Employee of the Month one I got for, was going to get for one of our workers at the store, but that one ended up going a little higher than I'd want, so I kind of ended up passing on that guy. But coming up here, there's a nice Dr. Pepper sign. That went for, I think, $3.75. That was really cool. The Coke button went for $2.50, if I remember right. Yeah, like I said, I mean, there was cool stuff here, and that was always the best part to me, is actually to be around all this history is something that was I never like to pass up. That Railroad Pennsylvania sign in the middle there is really cool. The blue Sunoco and the Dynafuel one, those went for $300 to $400 a piece. I mean, those were cool. The Marlboro neon sign, I really should have went on that one. That's one I kind of regretted. I think that went for like $50 or $60. Still a little bit, but I thought it was kind of cool. And any kind of neon I'm kind of addicted to. That Sinclair, Pennsylvania sign there. If you remember the last auction, it was sold for $2,700. That one this time only sold for $1,100. So, I mean, that was what I was talking about, where it's kind of weird how stuff sells at different prices for different sales. And that is one of those things as well. So, all right, let's run in and see what we ended up getting this auction, guys. This was one I was really excited for. All right, guys, auction is in the books, and the streak continues. We are absolutely killing it at auctions lately. Let's run through everything we got today. These airplanes are all metal airplanes. It looks like they were handmade. Very cool pieces. We picked up all of these ones back here. I believe we got all of these for $2, if I remember right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're looking at like, what, 40 cents a piece? I mean, something like that. Just, we'll be able to get probably $20, $25 on an airplane here. I mean, that is nuts. We got this great cleaver. This is an old guy, and it's marked, if I can get a good rundown of the look there. We paid $5 for this cleaver. We're looking at probably about $40 to $45 for that guy. Oh man, we are just killing it today. This right here is a glass Texaco clock, not super old. Paid, I think, $2 for it. We're gonna get probably $35 out of that guy. Let me go around the side here, because there is so much. We got tons of stuff. So this Chevron sign is pretty much like the Texaco sign. Paid $12.50 for this, plus I'll show you in a minute, but this right here alone, again, $35 all day. Let me see if I can put this in the back. Sorry, guys. All right, this clock here, they were looking for someone to buy it. We paid $1 for it. We'll probably get $10 out of that. This tin sign I thought was really cool. This thing right here we paid $5 for. I'm thinking we're gonna get probably about 20 to 25 bucks for this. Again, easy money. We got a Pennsylvania Railroad porcelain sign. Gorgeous condition, gorgeous. Paid 25 bucks for. I'm thinking we're gonna probably get about 60 to 65 bucks for that guy. We got the regular, this is a gasoline sign, plexiglass. Paid $5 for it. We're looking at probably about 40 bucks for that guy. We got the crankcase additive tin, paid $2 for, or no, we paid $2.50 for this guy. This is probably going to be a $15 can. We got the gasoline filler can, we paid $2.50 for it. Again, probably another at least $15, $20 for that guy. Let me show you some of the signs we got. We got a Hudsonville ice cream sign, something that's pretty popular out in Michigan. We paid $7.50 for that guy, and we'll probably be able to get at least 25 for him. We got another ice cream sign here, House of Flavors. Paid $7.50 for that guy. That's going to be another 25 bucks. This is the sign that came with the Chevron clock. This was kind of a throw-in. It's kind of a cardboardy sign. We'll be able to get 15 bucks out of it. Easy, not a problem. But this next sign here is pretty cool. Let me bust this out. This is actually a light up sign. It's if you guys are familiar with the pizza chain Hungry Howie's, this is a Hungry Howie's light up sign. We paid 25 bucks for this guy. I'm gonna put 100 bucks on it. Lights up real nice. They had it lit up there. I'm gonna see if I can back out a little bit. There you go. It's huge. It's a big guy, but we'll be able to get, I'm assuming around 100 bucks for that guy. Let me go around the other side, because like I said, guys, we absolutely killed this auction. Like I said, we were just getting prices that I had no clue we were going to be getting today. We got more planes. These planes right here, we paid $5 for this whole lot. So we got 3 planes here. These are $35, $40 planes in my all day. These are a nice, hard, heavy metal. I mean, these are freaking awesome. I absolutely love these. Then we got the United States Air Force one down there. So yeah, guys, let me flip this around here. That is it. That was our auction. We killed this auction. I mean, this was so awesome. Our streak is continuing of having amazing luck at auctions. So we are stoked. Yeah, I mean, I can't believe it. I just can't believe it. We're going to continue to go. We got another one coming up in like 3 days. We're going to head back out to the Expo Center again because we've been doing so good. You got to keep going. You got to keep running. You run the hot streak is all you do until it runs out. And that's what we're doing right now, because it's going to run out at some point. But right now we're just going to run it and go with it. So guys, thank you guys all so much for watching. Kill the comment section. Let me know how much you guys like this stuff, man. This stuff was great. What a buy. What a day. I can't be any happier. I mean, this is awesome. So yeah, like I said, guys, that's our video for today. Don't forget, May 6th, 66 Unique Antique Festival. We are scouring, or gonna be filling M66 with vendors. We have like 65 vendors already signed up. It's gonna be huge. Food trucks, live auction, cornhole tournament, you name it, it's going on. This is going to be an amazing day. We're just praying for good weather. But if we get some good weather, this is going to be huge, and this is going to be a lot of fun. So mark your calendars. Get out here May 6th, the 66 Unique Antique Festival. Follow us and like us on Facebook to keep up with all the latest news on that as well. Then we got another big announcement too coming up after the festival I want to talk to you guys about. We'll probably go live hopefully after the festival, or maybe late April. I would love to go live again, talk to you guys. We got another big announcement coming up too. We're going to be showing up in Michigan too. So guys, thank you all so much for watching. If you guys get some time and you guys want to come out and see us, stop out and get your antique fix on M66. See you later.